Alright, I was asked earlier to maybe put a video together on how I make these bolt action pens. So let me see if I can do this. Let's make a quick video here. Hopefully it's no longer than a couple minutes here. First thing that you start out with is, you can look this up on the internet, but there's a lot of people who make pens out there. It's a pretty popular hobby. So the first thing you do is you buy the kit. And this kit is the bolt action kit. This one's a chrome kit. It's got the 30 caliber rifle with the bolt action on there. That's the top half, the bottom half, the ink cartridge, and it comes with a brass tube. You guys like the Second Amendment one, so what I've done is I take my brass tube, or first off is I create a sheet of stickers. They could be American flags, they could be Second Amendment, they could be Marine Corps, whatever. So I make a sheet of stickers, which is a whole other hobby in itself, trying to figure that stuff out on my computer. Cut, copy, and paste in and all that stuff, and then finally figuring it out, making a sheet of stickers, cutting the stickers out. The hardest part about that is getting the right dimensions for the tube. Once I have the sticker, I'll cut it out off the sheet, and I'll apply it to the tube. Basically, it'll come out wrapped around the tube, stuck to the tube. Okay. The next step after that is I need to put it in a silicone mold that I buy. These are specially made. There's guys out there who are, again, involved in the pen making hobby. So this is a silicone mold. You put your pen tube inside the silicone mold, put these stoppers in there, like so. I don't know if I could do this real quick. Okay, so you get your tube mounted in there, and then you get some it's polyester resin. It's a kind of like a bar top material. You ever seen them bar tops where they encase, I don't know, playing cards and coins and things like that? Kind of the same material at clear coat. You mix that stuff up, and then you pour it inside your cavity here. You let it cure. You pull your mold out of the, or you pull your blank out of the mold. This is one I'm making postage stamp one right now. You pull that out, and you let it cure. The next step is, once it's all out of the mold like that, it's pretty ugly looking, but you got your brass tube in there. The next step is, once it's cured, is to mount it on a lathe. Now, I got a couple different lathes in my wood shop. Let me see if I can do this without driving you guys crazy with my camera setup. So there's my small woodworking lathe, and you mount your pen blank on there, okay, in between centers here, and then you turn it, you machine it down by hand. You take all the material off, okay, you get all that material off until it's round and down to the dimensions of these bushings that I had to buy from a guy. And the dimensions on the bushings are the same dimensions on the pen kits. That diameter there and that bushing there, it's the same. So once I'm down to this, I know that when I put this all together, it'll be a smooth transition from the blank to the pen kit. But once I get it turned down like that, then I start polishing it, sanding and polishing it. I take it all the way down to let's see, 12,000 grit sandpaper. Crazy fine. You can't even feel it. It's so fine. But I take it all the way down to that. Sandpaper, I wet sand it. And then at the very last step, what really helps out is I polish it with a Meguiar's Plastics. It's a headlight polish material. And that's pretty much it. The only thing I didn't mention is when I pour the material into the mold, it's filled with air bubbles when you stir it all up. So what you got to do is you got to mount this thing in a pressure pot. And I have a like a 3-gallon pressure pot for painting cars. And then I'll put this in the pressure pot, kind of like a I don't know, for cooking, pressure pot for cooking. And I'll pressurize it at 70 pounds, and it'll force all the air bubbles out of there, so it's crystal clear. There's no air bubbles in there. Every once in a while I'll get an air bubble and I'll have to reject this, which can be a pain because you don't really find out until you're almost all the way done finishing it. But that's kind of where I'm at with this. Like I said, I'm in the process of turning this one down. Then I'll assemble the pen kit, press all the parts in, and it'll be ready to go. I hope you enjoyed the video.